Friends, we have been studying the transitive and intransitive verbs. We have had a few examples where we saw one verb assuming both the forms. You could find the change only when it is fully conjugated. Let us have one verb. Go and read it. We re. To unfold. We re to unfold. Malar virigiradu. Malar, flower. What is the other word for malar? Let us have a bigger sentence. தாமரை மலர் விரிகிறது. One more word. காலையில் தாமரை மலர் விரிகிறது. காலை, morning. காலையில், in the morning. தாமரை மலர். You have come across this word. தாமரை, lotus. தாமரை மலர், the lotus flower, விரிகிறது, unfolds. Here you find the verb as தாமரை மலர் or malar as the subject. மலர் விரிகிறது, the flower unfolds. So this is intransitive. மயில் தோகையை விரிக்கிறது. மயில், peacock. தோகை, feather. விரி, to unfold. மயில் தோகையை விரிக்கிறது. The peacock unfolds its feathers. What did I do in the previous verb? We saw விரிகிறது. That is intransitive. மயில் தோகையை விரிக்கிறது. Transitive. Here you find that this particular letter, this particular plosive odd sound got doubled, and thus the word viri has become transitive here. So, one verb can be transitive or intransitive. Let us have one more verb. Kavil, to capsize, or to put something upside down. Kavil, to capsize in the intransitive. Kavil, to put something upside down, is transitive. Kadalil, padagu, kavildadu. I use this verb here. Padagu, kavildadu. Kadalil, padagu, kavildadu. Kadal, the sea. Kadalil, in the sea. Padagu, the boat. Kavildadu, capsized. So far, I have been using the present tense form of all the verbs. That is to say, I have been making use of the present tense marker with all those verbs. Now, I have used the past tense marker. What is the past tense marker here? It. It takes an extra nasal sound to get adjusted. Kavildadu. Kadalil, padagu, kavildadu. The boat capsized. நான் பானையை கவிழ்த்தேன். நான் பானை pot. பானையை accusative case. I have used the case marker I here. நான் பானையை கவிழ்த்தேன். I put the pot upside down. This is also past tense. Now we have two forms of the same verb. One in the present tense and the other in the past tense. So in the past tense, the past tense marker is got doubled. As a result, you have kavildten. Here, in the intransitive, the tense marker was the same, but it had to take a nasal sound to indicate that it is an intransitive verb. You have been following the lessons carefully. We did do the present tense, past tense and the future tense. Now we are discussing the transitive and the intransitive forms of a verb. We have been seeing that one verb can be both transitive and intransitive. Now, to be thorough with the forms, you have to be thorough with the tense markers and their forms. You remember this? Karai, to dissolve. We have already seen that. நீரில் உப்பு கரைகிறது. This is the example we saw earlier. நீரில் உப்பு கரைகிறது. உப்பு, salt. கரைகிறது, dissolves. நீர், water. நீரில், in the water. உப்பு நீரில் கரைகிறது or நீரில் உப்பு கரைகிறது. This is present tense. What will be the form in the past? கரைந்தது. Karai is the root. It is the past tense marker. It takes a nasal, and adu is the person marker as we have here. The present tense form is karaigirathu, and the past tense form is karaindadu. What will be the future tense form? Do you remember the tense markers for the future? And are the tense markers for future. Now you have to select which of the markers will be suitable here. Now you have to think about the subject. What is the subject? Uppu. Uppu is salt. So it is third person, neuter gender, and singular. Third person, neuter gender, singular. We did have a formula then. The subjects in the third person, neuter gender, and singular number will have this as the tense marker for the future tense. So naturally you have to add Karai plus This ends with I, a vowel, and the first letter of the oncoming word is a vowel U. So between two vowels you have to have a semi-vowel. So this becomes Karayum. Now, நீரில் உப்பு கரைகிறது, present tense. நீரில் உப்பு கரைந்தது, past tense. நீரில் உப்பு கரையும், future tense. The verb has not undergone any change. It accepted naturally the tense markers. Here it had to take in a nasal sound to indicate that it is intransitive. Here is a natural combination of the future tense mark. Now I go for the transitive form. Neer, uppai, water, that is the subject. So naturally you must have in the future tense. You will take it up later. So neer, what does it do? It dissolves the salt. If it is to be in the present tense, neer uppai கரைக்கிறது. Hiru is the present tense marker. It gets doubled. நீர் உப்பை கரைக்கிறது. I am sure you have taken down the previous example. நீரில் உப்பு கரைகிறது. கரைகிறது was a natural combination of the verb, the tense marker and the person marker. Here, uppu becomes the object. Naturally, the subject will be different. The object is to be used here in the verb differently. So, neer uppai கரைக்கிறது. Water dissolves the salt. There it was கரைகிறது. Here it is கரைக்கிறது. It is intransitive and this is transitive. Here you have to observe that the addition of this sound, doubling of ka, has changed the very mood of it. The intransitive becomes transitive with this. So this is difference. We shall see all the three tenses. கரைகிறது present tense. கரைந்தது past tense. கரையும் future tense. This is intransitive. What will be the transitive form? கரைக்கிறது. This one கரைத்தது. Here it will be கரைக்கும். கரையும் intransitive. To explain that it is in the transitive mood, you are adding two more sounds, one ik and ku, கரைக்கும். So கரைகிறது present tense, கரைந்தது past tense, கரையும் future tense for the intransitive form. For the transitive, it will be கரைக்கிறது, கரைத்தது and கரைக்கும். So, we must conjugate these verbs in all the three tenses and find out the difference between them. We will take up a couple of verbs and then see the form. அழிக்கிறேன், you remember this verb by hope, to destroy. நான் அழிக்கிறேன், I destroy. This is present tense. நான் அழித்தேன், I destroy. Past tense. நான் அழிப்பேன், future tense. I is the verb, it accepts the tense markers and undergoes some changes. Here it takes a doubling of the consonant, here again the same, and here also the same. In the future tense, what will be the tense marker? If, and that if gets doubled. Now, shall we arrive at a formula and we have to apply it to other verbs and also find out whether it is right or wrong. That the verb in the transitive form will have a change whether it is present tense or past tense or future tense. One more. If the verb undergoes a change in the present tense, it will automatically undergo a change in the past and also in the future. I will put it differently. Here it got doubled. Here it got doubled. Here also it got doubled. So in the transitive form, verbs are likely to get a change, namely the consonant of the tense marker getting doubled. Here he got doubled, here it got doubled, here it got doubled. So you have to be careful where to use this form. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be a change. அழிகிறேன் transitive. அழிந்தேன் past tense. And here it will be entirely different. It will become ஐவேன். It takes a different tense mark. So, you have to practice using all these verbs in all the tenses both in the transitive and the intransitive forms. A regular practice will give you enough experience to find out which of the verb undergoes a change where. காய் காய்க்கிறது. It is in the present tense. காய்க்கிறது to bear fruit. மாமரம் காய்க்கிறது. மாமரம் mango tree. காய்க்கிறது bears fruit. So this is transitive. மாமரம் காய்களை காய்க்கிறது. Since you are repeating the same words and remove it, simply this காய்க்கிறது will mean bears fruit. மாமரம் காய்க்கிறது. And what will be the past tense form? காய்த்தது. Future tense form? காய்க்கும். In all the places you have got this double. So, you have learned the transitive and intransitive forms and their changes in the conjugation. We shall take up